Part 6.112 The Cattle Al-An'am. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. We continue our profound journey through the majestic Surah Al-An'am with an expanded and more comprehensive exposition of verses Kanzul, Iman, Quran, the cattle. 6 to 101. To Kanzul, Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 105. These passages are a powerful and direct confrontation with the psychological and spiritual state of the disbeliever. They meticulously peel back the layers of deception and denial, revealing the ultimate reality that awaits those who invent lies against Allah and deny His verses. This part will take us on a solemn journey to the Day of Judgment, showing us the futility of their fabrications and their ultimate helplessness. We will dissect the theological arguments within these verses, explore their profound Sufi implications, and confirm their teachings with the timeless wisdom of the prophetic traditions. Section 1. The absolute perfection of the Creator and the transcendence of His. Being the verses that form the foundation of our initial discussion in this segment are as follows. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 101. Originator of the heavens and the earth. How can He have a son while He has no companion? And He created all things, and He is of all things, knowing. This verse Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 101. It's a profound and a magnificent statement on the absolute perfection and the transcendence of Allah. It begins by asserting His role as the originator of the heavens and the earth. It's a divine name that signifies His unique and unparalleled power to create from nothing. The verse then poses a powerful rhetorical question that is a direct and an intellectual refutation of the concept of Allah having a son or a daughter. How can He have a son while He has no companion? The theological and philosophical absurdity of a divine offspring is meticulously exposed here. In human terms, a son is born of a father and a mother, a union of two companions. The very notion of a son for Allah would necessitate a companion, a partner in His divine essence, which is a direct and an unforgivable act of shirk polytheism. The verse is a profound argument for the self-sufficiency and the absolute uniqueness of Allah. The verse then reiterates the ultimate truth, and He created all things, and He is, of all things, knowing. This is a powerful and an all-encompassing statement of His creative power and His infinite knowledge. There is no aspect of creation, no secret, no thought that is hidden from Him. This verse serves as a profound and a timeless reminder that the human intellect, with all its limitations, must submit to the ultimate and the unparalleled power of the Creator. It is an invitation to a profound Tawhid al-Dat, a complete and an unadulterated belief in the absolute uniqueness of Allah's essence. Kanzul, Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 102. That is Allah, your Lord. There is no deity except Him, the Creator of all things, so worship Him, and He is a guardian over all things. This verse, Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 102, is a direct and a powerful command to humanity based on the profound realities mentioned in the previous verse. It begins with the solemn declaration that is Allah, your Lord, direct and a decisive identification of the one true God. The verse then states the most fundamental and a core principle of Islam. There is no deity except Him. This is the very essence of the Shahada testimony of faith, and the foundation of all spiritual and intellectual life. The verse then reiterates His role as the Creator of all things, leaving no room for any other creator or partner in creation. The verse then gives the primary command, so worship Him. This is the ultimate purpose of human existence and the only path to spiritual freedom. The verse concludes with a profound statement of divine power and a mercy, and He is a guardian over all things. The Arabic word used here is wakel, which means a guardian, a trustee, and a disposer of affairs. This is a profound and a comforting truth for the believer, for it signifies that all of our affairs, all of our worries, and all of our fears are under His complete and His ultimate control. It is a powerful call to tawakkul, absolute reliance, on Allah alone. Kanzul, Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6 to 103. Vision perceives Him not, but He perceives all vision, and He is the subtle, the acquainted. This verse, Kanzul Iman, Quran, The cattle, 6 to 103, is one of the most magnificent and profound verses in the entire Quran. It is a direct refutation of all forms of anthropomorphism and a powerful statement on the transcendence of Allah's being. It begins with the simple yet profound statement, "Vision perceives him not." This is a fundamental and a core theological principle that a created being with its limited and a finite vision can never encompass the infinite and the transcendent reality of the Creator in this life. It is not a flaw in him, but a limitation of our created reality. The verse then beautifully contrasts this limitation with Allah's infinite and his all-encompassing sight, but he perceives all vision. This is a profound and a sobering reminder that while we cannot see him, he sees every one of us, every thought, every feeling, and every hidden intention. The verse concludes with two of Allah's most magnificent and beautiful names, Al-Latif, the subtle, the kind, and Al-Kabir, the acquainted, the all-knowing. Al-Latif signifies his profound and a deep knowledge of all things, even those that are subtle and hidden. Al-Kabir signifies his absolute and a comprehensive knowledge of all things, both the seen and the unseen. This verse is a profound call to muraqabah, contemplation of divine oversight, where the believer lives in a constant state of awareness of Allah's presence. Context of revelation, the social and theological landscape of Mecca. The verses in this section were revealed at a time when the Meccan society was steeped in a deep and a pervasive idolatry. They believed in a supreme God. But they also worshipped idols and other deities whom they claimed were his partners or his intermediaries. The Christians of the time also had a belief in a divine Son. These verses directly address these widespread and a deeply rooted theological fallacies. They meticulously dismantle the intellectual and a spiritual foundation of shirk polytheism by using a powerful and a logical argument. The verses also serve as a profound form of divine comfort to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the early Muslim community, who were facing immense pressure to compromise their faith. The verses provide a clear and a decisive intellectual and a spiritual framework that distinguishes the truth from the falsehood. Sufi perspective, the journey of the heart and the oneness of essence. From a Sufi perspective, the verses in this section are the very essence of Tawhid. The Sufi understands that the journey of a spiritual traveler salik is a journey from the outward manifestations of the created world to the inward reality of the Creator. The inability to see Allah with the eyes is not a barrier, but a profound spiritual truth that a created eye can never encompass the divine essence. The ultimate goal of the salik is to see with the heart kalb, a spiritual faculty that is capable of witnessing the divine light and the divine presence. The Sufi understands that the names Al-Latif and Al-Kabir are a profound and a personal invitation to a deeper relationship with the Creator. The Sufi believes that true spiritual success is to have one's entire being so filled with the love and the knowledge of Allah that there is no room for any other fear or any other love. The Sufi understands that the ultimate security is in the knowledge that all things, all our worries, and all our affairs are in the hands of the Al-Wakil, the ultimate guardian. Commentary from Ziya ul-Quran, The Wisdom of Divine Attributes. The Ziya ul-Quran commentary provides a deep scholarly analysis of the theological and a spiritual dimensions of these verses. The commentator explains that the phrase, "How can he have a son while he has no companion?" is a profound and a timeless argument that is a direct challenge to the very foundation of Christianity and other polytheistic religions. He provides a detailed explanation of the divine wisdom behind the names Al-Latif and Al-Kabir, explaining that these names signify a profound and a deep relationship with the Creator. The commentator also provides a beautiful and a scholarly explanation of the divine kun fayakun, explaining that it is not a spoken command, but a manifestation of his divine will. The commentary beautifully articulates how these verses serve as a profound and a powerful call to a deeper and a more personal relationship with the Creator. Hadith, with reference, the vision of the Creator and the immense rewards of goodness. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught with profound wisdom on the themes of these verses, emphasizing the importance of belief in the unseen and the immense reward of seeking the company of the sincere. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, know that you will not see your Lord until you die. This hadith is found in Sahih Muslim Hadith number 2931. This profound hadith directly relates to the verse Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle 6-103. It provides a direct and a definitive answer to the question of seeing Allah in this life, confirming the divine truth that our physical eyes are not capable of encompassing His infinite reality. The hadith also gives a subtle promise that this vision is reserved for the hereafter, a profound and a magnificent reward for the righteous. The Prophet, peace be upon him, also taught, "The best among you are those who have the best manners and characters." This hadith is found in Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 3559. This profound hadith, while not directly related to the verses, is a powerful and a timeless lesson that the best form of worship is not just in ritual, but in our character. It is a profound reminder that our actions are a manifestation of our inner state, and that the best form of spiritual worship is to embody the divine names and attributes in our character. Section 2. The Enlightenment of the Quran and the Ultimate Responsibility. We now continue our journey through Surah Al-An'am, examining the verses that delve into the profound consequences of disbelief and the ultimate reward of a life of faith. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6-104. There has come to you enlightenment from your Lord, so whoever will see is for the benefit of his soul, and whoever is blind, it is against his soul. And I am not a guardian over you. This verse, Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6-104, is a profound and a direct statement on the purpose and the immense value of the Quran. It begins by stating that there has come to you enlightenment from your Lord. The Arabic word used here for enlightenment is basar, which means proofs, insights, and spiritual lights. The Quran is not just a book of words, but a source of profound and a spiritual insight that illuminates the heart and the mind. The verse then places the responsibility squarely on the shoulders of the individual, so whoever will see it is for the benefit of his soul, and whoever is blind, it is against his soul. This is a powerful and a profound statement of personal responsibility. The verse makes a clear distinction between spiritual sight, basira, and spiritual blindness, which is a state of spiritual heedlessness and denial. Spiritual sight is the ability to see the truth of the divine signs, and spiritual blindness is the willful act of turning away from them. The verse then concludes with a profound and a final instruction to the Prophet, peace be upon him, "And I am not a guardian over you." This is a powerful and a direct reiteration of the Prophet's, peace be upon him, role as a messenger, not a coercer. His responsibility is to convey the message, and the responsibility of accepting or rejecting it lies with the individual alone. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6-105. And thus do we diversify the verses so that the disbelievers will say, "We have studied this, and so we may make the matter clear to a people who know." This verse, Kanzul Iman, Quran, the cattle, 6-105, is a magnificent and a profound explanation for why the verses of the Quran are revealed in a diversified and a profound manner. It states, "And thus do we diversify the verses so that the disbelievers will say, 'You have studied this.'" This verse addresses the slander and the false claims of the disbelievers, who claimed that the Prophet, peace be upon him, had studied with others to compose the Quran. The verse turns their own slander into a powerful and a divine proof of the Quran's divine origin. The constant repetition and a diversification of the verses is meant to make the truth so clear that even those who slander it are forced to admit its power. The verse then provides the profound and a final reason for this divine diversity, and so we may make the matter clear to a people who know. The Arabic word used here for know is ya'lamun, which signifies not just intellectual knowledge, but a profound spiritual and a deep wisdom that is capable of understanding the subtleties and the profound meanings of the divine word. The Quran is a book for the intellect and the heart, and its profound and a diverse nature is meant to challenge and to inspire both. Our comprehensive analysis of the verses of Surah Al-An'am reveals a profound and interconnected argument for the absolute oneness of Allah. The surah masterfully transitions from the surah ultimate futility of denying the hour to the ultimate absurdity of polytheism. It teaches us that this life is a brief and fleeting test, and that true existence and success lie in the hereafter. The verses beautifully illustrate the nature of spiritual blindness, which is a consequence of willful denial, and they offer a profound lesson on the interconnectedness of all living things. The powerful and direct challenges to the polytheists in these verses serve as a timeless lesson for all who seek to remove the veil of heedlessness from their hearts and to return to the singular and everlasting light of Tawhid. May Allah Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim fill your heart with the light of His truth and grant you the spiritual insight to recognize His signs in every aspect of creation. May He free your soul from the shackles of doubt and the chains of worldly attachment, so that you may stand before Him on the day of judgment with a pure and a tranquil heart. May He make your efforts a source of profound reward and your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity. May He grant you the profound and an unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim.